again, everyone! So today I wanted to film for you guys a video showing you a beginner's makeup tutorial, and for the products I'll be using in this video, I wanted to use a lot of affordable kind of Korean drugstore slash normal drugstore makeup. I'm kind of framing this in the sense of if I were to see myself in high school or when I was first starting off with makeup, what tips would I give myself when I first started off? So these are kind of things I've learned over the year, or little tricks of the trade, or things I wish I would have known so I probably didn't look like a mess when I was younger, even though I was rocking that mess. I know school's already started for a lot of you guys, and maybe you want to know how to do your makeup and you don't really know where to start. So I'm kind of going to do like a chatty talk through style video. So first off, you always want to start off with sunscreen. Now keep in mind, I've already done like my morning skincare routine, so my face is already washed and pretty much ready to go. Now when it comes to protecting your skin, this is definitely something you want to start off with as soon as you can. I was basically coating myself in sunscreen when I was a child. Okay, awesome. Now, as you can see, I've got a little bit of that SPF cast on my skin. As it sits on my skin, it'll actually kind of go down a little bit, so I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. Now, next I'm going to go ahead and fill in my eyebrows. Now, when it comes to eyebrows, or when it comes to a lot of the steps in this video, it's going to be up to you whether or not you think you really need it. To be completely honest, I feel like some of these steps I would have skipped. However, I'm just going to cover all of my bases. Now, this is something I was also using when I first started off with makeup, and I think it's an awesome eyebrow product in general. This is the e.l.f. eyebrow kit. I use the shade medium. With your eyebrows, you don't want to do anything too crazy, change the shape too much, and you just kind of want to keep it on the natural side. Now I have my eyebrows microbladed, so that's why you'll notice my eyebrows kind of already look fairly done. But obviously I'm just going to go through the motions to show you guys, because I know not all of you guys have your eyebrows microbladed. If this is your first time kind of like shaping or doing your eyebrows, go get your eyebrows done at a place that knows what they're doing, because I remember when I first started kind of like plucking my eyebrows or doing anything with my eyebrows, I just totally over plucked them, and oh my gosh, you guys. I'll have them shape them up for you. You can go get your eyebrows started for like $8 to $10, and then from there you can kind of carry on with the maintenance and kind of pluck any little hairs you see growing. But yeah, so that's my eyebrows. Again, you don't want to do anything too crazy when you're first starting off with makeup. You don't want to do those Instagram brows or fill in every single little bit. Honestly, I think powder is kind of the best way to go when it comes to filling in your eyebrows when you're first starting off, because it looks a lot more natural and it doesn't look so harsh and defined. And that's kind of why I like this, is because it has both the powder option and also has that like gel option. Now with eyeshadow primers, specifically with this look I'm going to be doing, it's not necessarily vital for you to use an eyeshadow primer. If you want to kind of multitask your products, you can definitely use a concealer for this part, because the eyeshadows you'll see in a second. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. For the eye primer though, I'm using this one from Etude House. You guys know that I love this Proof 10 eye primer. It's like $5 to $6, so it's very affordable. Now for the eyeshadows, I personally think that it's best to go with shimmery eyeshadows when you're first starting off. And I would probably say stick in the family of like beige, gold, and bronze, only because that goes pretty well with everyone's eye color. It looks nice on brown, green, blue, whatever color eyes you have. And also they're pretty foolproof. You can use your fingers with these type of colors and just kind of wash them over your eyes. So I'm going to be using Etude House eyeshadows. I like Etude House single eyeshadows because they're really affordable. As you can see, I have them depotted here. Problem with this eyeshadow palette in particular though is this is not magnetized. At least when you depot the single eyeshadows from Etude House, this isn't magnetized, which is really silly, so I can't really show you it properly, but that's what it kind of looks like. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick kind of a bronzier color. I'm going to go with this color here, which is in the shade BE107, but basically just any color like this. As you can see, I've already dug my finger into this, and I'm literally just going to wash it over my eyelid. And again, because it's shimmery, it opens up the eyes. You don't have to worry about it drawing your eye down too much. I remember when I first started off with kind of doing eyeshadows, that was my main issue, was I was finding I looked sleepy or tired because I didn't know how to properly apply darker colors. So if you pick kind of a shimmery color in the beige, gold, bronze kind of family, you won't have to worry about that too much. Now, so this is what we have, and to be completely honest, this is the only eyeshadow that I'm going to do for this look, because I genuinely feel like when you're first starting off with makeup, you don't need to be layering or applying too many eyeshadows until you get the hang of things. This is kind of nice on its own, and it's super fast and easy. Like, you can literally apply it in a couple minutes. And now I'm gonna move on to my eyeliner. So personally for eyeliner, I think either pen liners are the easiest or gel liners. I find that sometimes pencil liners, they're hard to work with, especially if they're not perfectly sharp. And to be completely honest, when I was first starting off with makeup, I wasn't like sharpening my pencils every day. It was just kind of easier to take a gel liner like this or a pen liner and kind of line my eyes. Now taking a slanted eyeliner brush like this, usually what I do is I pick up some of the product and then in the lid, I just kind of take any excess off. Now for the eyeliner, obviously I'm going to stick pretty close to the lid. I find that it's easiest for me to start off in the middle of my lid and then work my way out. And then kind of use obviously that slanted tip to make a slight cat eye, just like that. And then you can either leave it like that or just kind of carry it in a little bit, but I'm trying to make this look very subtle. So that was super quick and easy to do, and I know that they have a lot of awesome drugstore gel liners, cream liners, pen liners that are super affordable, so you can find some really great options without having to break the bank. Now, that's pretty much it with my eyeliner. For the most part, day to day, I don't usually tight line the inner rim of my eye because I have very sensitive eyes and I just got PRK, so I don't want to be getting any eyeliner in my eye or risking poking my eye with a pencil. Also, when I remove it, it's just a lot easier to remove the eyeliner and I'm not tugging at my eyes too much on a day-to-day basis. So next, I'm gonna go ahead and curl up my lashes. I feel like this is a super important step because it just really lifts up the eyes. Mascara. Now when you're first starting off with makeup, I honestly feel like mascara is one of those things that makes the biggest difference when it comes to your makeup look, especially if you're wearing a very subtle kind of light eyeshadow look like this one is. Again, a lot of drugstore brands make excellent mascaras. This one from Holika is actually one of my favorite Korean mascaras. This is called the Magic Pole Mascara 2x. This is the volumizing version of this mascara. I don't have a lot of Korean mascaras that I like, just because I usually don't like how stiff they are. I like something that's a little bit more natural looking, so this one's kind of perfect for that. Okay, so next we're gonna go ahead and move on to our face makeup, and as you can probably tell, my sunscreen has now set, so you're not seeing that white cast anymore. As far as primers go, again, there are a lot of great affordable options. You guys have heard me talk about this one before. This one's from Aritam, and this is the Pore Master Sebum Control Primer. This primer is a great dupe for the Benefit's Professional Primer, but also a lot of Korean brands have primers that are very similar to that Benefit one. Just want to apply it where you feel like you become oily throughout the day. If you don't need it all over your face, then don't apply it all over your face. And I'm also going to use an air puff to kind of melt this into my skin. The reason that I also use an air puff is so I'm not disturbing the foundation underneath too much. Obviously, if you're putting something on top of sunscreen that's kind of like slick, it might move it around. So this is kind of how I counteract moving my sunscreen around too much. Now for the actual face makeup, I'm just gonna be using a concealer. Now this is the thing when it comes to beginner makeup that I have learned over the years is really the idea of less is more. So if you don't need a full face of foundation, if you don't need to go the whole 10 yards as far as, you know, primer, foundation, concealer, contour, powder, all that kind of stuff, I recommend you don't do it. Personally, I just use concealer where I need it. And that way you also don't have to worry about checking it throughout the day or it kind of moving around or seeping into your pores too much. Concealer will just cover the spots that you need to conceal, and then it looks a lot more natural because you don't have like a cake face or a whole face of makeup, especially when you're starting off. Next, we're going to go ahead and just set the areas where you applied your concealer because you don't want it to be moving around. Now this powder here from Innisfree is a very popular one. This is the No Sebum Mineral Powder. Again, this is kind of similar to this Pore Master concept. You can find a powder like this in a lot of brands. A lot of brands make powders that are essentially the same as this or perform the same. These are all kind of like dupes of the Makeup Forever finishing powder as well. So this is just good for those who are on a budget who just needs something light to set their foundation. They don't need anything too crazy as far as coverage goes. And you can use the air puff that you were using to apply your concealer just to kind of set this on top, and it's just controlled. It kind of pushes everything into the skin so you don't have to worry about it moving around too much. For your blush, you don't need anything super fancy. Actually, the blush that I'm going to be using is from Etude House. This is the Lovely Cookie Blusher in Peach Chew Wafers. I'm using a lot of Etude House makeup because honestly, Etude House has a lot of affordable makeup products that come in a lot of different shade ranges, so they're excellent for beginners. And I'm just going to put this onto my cheeks. Now when it comes to applying blush, I remember kind of being mystified by where to apply my blush. So if I kind of smile, here's my cheek area. I usually start back here and kind of blend it. And then, so the majority of the product will kind of get in this area. And then as I blend it forward, we'll get a little bit of rosiness out here, so. Just something a little bit more subtle. And then I do kind of apply it a little bit up my temples just because that's kind of where the sun would naturally hit my face, just with my face shape. So that is pretty much it for the face and the eyes. As you can see, everything is very soft. It's basically foolproof, so you don't have to worry about having like amazing makeup skills for this type of look. Now finally for my lips, I recommend using a balmy type of lip product, again because they're low maintenance. You can kind of apply them without looking in a mirror, so if you just need to touch up really quick, you can throw them on. It's good for those of you guys who have dry lips. You don't have to worry about your lips drying out, and it just looks the softest, I think. Personally, I have really dry lips, so something like this is very nice on me. This is the apricot stick from Etude House. Again, of course, it's Etude House. This is in the shade Bangum Sagwa, which something apple. I'll probably look it up. Alright, you guys, so this is the finished look. This is basically just like a soft, fresh-faced, easy type of look. It's very low maintenance. You don't have to have a ton of makeup skills in order to achieve this, and it's also done with affordable drugstore products, as well as being a very quick makeup look. Honestly, I could probably do this makeup look in less than 10 minutes. So for those of you starting off, I know makeup can be intimidating and it seems like a lot, but definitely starting off somewhere, just kind of working your way up is the best way to go about it. I will go ahead and link the products down below that I used in this video, so if you're curious about checking any of these out, you can check them out in the links down below. As always, I hope you guys are happy and healthy, and don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family, and I will see you guys in my next video.